Okay, so we had two equations. We figured out that the costs are the same when we use 6 hours as the amount of flying time. So my question was, which equation is better between the two? And somebody said the first one, and someone also said the second one. So it would be your choice, right? Really, there's no right or wrong answer, because you could tell me that you're only flying the airplane 5 hours. Right? If you're flying it 5 hours, then which equation would be better? Matthew.
The second.
The second one, right? Because then it would only be $600 or $500. 5 is the number of hours times $100 is $500. In this case, if it was 5, you'd have 250 plus 300 is 550. Okay, but I would think that if I own an airplane, depending on obviously your work schedule, but I would think you'd want to probably fly more than 6 hours. Okay, so if it was up to me, I would choose this question, this formula. Okay, so if I were to ask that question on a test, believe it or not, both answers would be right. But what I wouldn't mark whether you were right, which one you chose, I would mark your reasons. Okay, so be aware of that, because in communication problems, I might do that to you on a test. I might give you a question where there's really two answers, as long as you can justify it. If you say, well, question 2, but you don't explain yourselves, obviously I'll put in there explain as well, but you don't explain yourself, you'll get it wrong. Whereas someone could say the same answer and get it right, as long as they have the correct explanation. Okay? All right, number 3, we're looking for a point of intersection. So this is on page 11. So we have two formulas. Okay, two formulas. All right, as for the point of intersection, how do we find the point of intersection if we just have two formulas? Yeah.
Graph both lines.
Okay, that's one way, and that's the way actually I think they show in the book here. But I don't like that way. It's a lot of work for something I can do very easily. Yeah, Luigi?
Substitute?
Yeah, substitution. We're going to learn substitution in the very next section. Okay, so they do mention it here, but I just wanted to point out that that would be the easiest way, right? So the way substitution works is that you would rearrange one of these formulas for one variable. Doesn't matter which one, either x or y, you would rearrange it, and then substitute that value into the second equation. And then when you find that one value of either x or y, then you can plug that back into either equation, and you can find your point of intersection. Okay, for this particular section of the textbook, though, they end up graphing both of these lines. Okay, so I can do that pretty quickly, and the way I do that is I put both of these formulas into the standard equation for a line, which is okay.
Y equals mx plus b.
Good, y equals mx plus b. So that is our standard formula for a line. So if I want to rearrange this for y, then this formula would be y equals, the x is moving over, so it's negative y at this point is negative x minus 1. Now I want positive y, so I multiply every value by positive 1. So that is my first formula, y equals x plus 1. My second one, an easy way is to move well, let's do it the same way. So